Sunny Drive time!
Hey everybody, welcome back to My Pinball Machine Collection as we take a closer look at another game. And today we're taking a closer look at Earthshaker! Earthshaker is the first in the Pat Lawler disaster games. There were actually two of them in a sense. Earthshaker was first, and then right after that came Whirlwind. When you get to these alphanumeric display games that don't have the dot matrix, we start to really hitting the nostalgia, because those are the first games I really started playing in the 80s. Earthshaker is the first pinball machine to have a shaker motor inside the game. Now you see that stuff all the time. A lot of the newer Sterns, even games that don't make any sense, have shaker motors. Back then, this was the first. All it does is the weights spin around inside the cabinet and it causes the game to shake. I remember the very first time I got the Earthshaker to do that, I thought I broke the machine. I was a young kid and I thought, I just broke Earthshaker. Uh-oh, and I snuck out of the game room because I thought I broke it. So, true story. This Earthshaker actually belonged to a collector friend of mine in Rochester, New York, and I was really excited because I really wanted to get Earthshaker. I had a list of my nostalgic games that I wanted to get. I got a lot of them. Earthshaker I got much later. I actually got this game in 2005. And it's in great, great shape. It has an original Mylar playfield with nothing coming up on it. Aside from a cracked plastic over here by the captive ball, it's just an excellent, excellent Earthshaker. I did put a new ramp. This new main ramp right here was pretty scratched up and beat, and this is actually a reproduction ramp by Pinball Inc. And it just looks great, and it's actually made a little better than the original ramp, so hopefully we won't have to replace it ever again. A big thing is the back glass is intact and it's in great shape. Earthshaker is one of those rare games that actually came with a back glass instead of a translite. Earthshaker actually has a back glass, just like the old games that used to have glass. Also, if you take a look on the back glass, I have Pat Lawler's autograph right here. I met Pat Lawler in a pinball show in Ohio, and I took my Earthshaker back glass for him to sign. I actually put a piece of Mylar right on top of it because I came back and started cleaning the glass and then realized, wait a minute, this is with a Sharpie. So right before it started to smudge off, I luckily put a piece of Mylar here to protect it. You know, what your goal is, if you read the sign here, it says, visit the earthquake zones that the Earthquake Institute predicts will cause the next quake. Then visit the fault to set off an Earthshaker. That's pretty much what you have to do. These different zones are lit up. When you light up enough zones, you will light the lock. You start multi-ball, and then you have to get the jackpot. During multi-ball, you actually have to light up the jackpot by hitting this middle ramp. Interestingly, the jackpot in this, there's only one, and it's not that easy to get. It's not like on a lot of the newer games where you get the jackpot and then you can relight it and get it a second time and a third time. Earthshaker, there's one chance at it. Underneath the display, it says jackpot value, and these are the values, whichever one is lit, and it moves around. It's sort of, it's not random, it definitely moves as you play the game, but whatever one is lit is the jackpot that you will receive, but you only get one. There's a lot of juggling, and there's a lot of work that you have to go through in order to get a jackpot. They just don't give them away, and that's what I loved about these early games. You have the Earthquake Institute that just pretty much blinks as each one of the zones is lit. This originally, in the original games, was supposed to sync, and when the Earthshaker was going on and the game shook, this Earthquake Institute was also supposed to sync. Well, for cost reasons, they removed that stuff from the game, but they kept the code in the ROM. So if you could get somebody crafty enough to build one of these darn things, it could still sync. And there is a kit out there that you can buy when he makes it. He doesn't produce it all the time, but the kit will actually sync this building. I have still to put it in, but I have the kit. You also have this Nevada and California. It actually opens up when you lock a ball, and the ball runs along the actual crack in, the map here between California and Nevada. And that's actually kind of funny. Clever little way to lock the ball. And then, of course, you have, a couple of spinners. You got some bumpers over here. Your skill shot is kind of a spiral ramp. Then you have a really hard shot here. This extra ball lock shot over here in this top right corner is very difficult. It's a very nice looking game, and it has a few really neat gimmicks. And then of course the shaker motor, which you cannot see, that actually shakes the machine as you play. So it's pretty great. I used to play Earthshaker a lot. I loved the music in this game. I loved the little sound effects. In fact, I can actually remember a couple of places. Putt-putt golfing games on the west side of town. That's the last place I really found it. And of course, they're gone, just like all the putt-putts are around here. I also played it like crazy at Tilt in the Mill Creek Mall. This game has one voice clip that a lot of people complained about. The girl in it said, "Ooh, bitchin'." And I remember a lot of people complained about that because it was sort of a kind of a swear word. And there's actually a special ROM that was created that got rid of that swear word. But I remember hearing that when I was a kid. So there go my virgin ears, right? Bitchin'. So there you have it. That's disaster game number 1. Earthshaker, and this is my particular game. This is probably a keeper. It is very nostalgic to me. I played it like crazy, and I still find myself playing it. I mean, and I've beaten the snot out of it many, many times, but it's just these early non-dot matrix 80s Williams games, man. I don't know, there's just something about them. That's when I started playing pinball. Anyway, that's my Earthshaker, and that is Earthshaker, and I'm Chris Bucci. Thanks for joining me, and I'll talk to you later.